Hey, my YouTube family, my beautiful kings and queens. How is everybody doing on this Thursday afternoon? I pray that everything is going well with you. You're having a blessed and safe day. Work is just going smooth. You just flowing through work. You just gliding through work. And even if it's been a hectic day for you, even if it's been a rough day for you, you know it's still a good day because guess what? You still here. You woke up on this side, and it wasn't the other way around. I just want to come do a short or quick video. Not gonna be long on here to just let you know that we gotta help one another. We gotta help each other climb up the ladder. We got to get our stories out there. We got to get our testimonies out there because our stories, our testimonies, they are here to help somebody else. Know that anything and even sometimes most of everything in your life that you go through is not for you all the time. It's for somebody else. Your story is for somebody else. Your testimony is for somebody else. Somebody out there needs to hear your life story. Somebody out there needs to hear your testimony. Somebody out there needs to hear the experiences and the things that you have went through and the things that you have overcome. We all have been through trials, tribulations. Some of us have been through more than others. Some of us are just not scratching the surface. Whatever it is, we've all been through something. And sometimes it's not just for you, and sometimes it's not even for you. It's for the next person. It's to help somebody else. You know, when I lost my mother, I really didn't have nobody to relate to about that. Everybody still had their mama. Everybody's mama was still living, was still breathing, and was still on this side. But my mother was gone. And I didn't know why God had called her home at such a young age. Until now, until I got the relationship with Him. That was part of my going through. That was part of my growth. So now that is part of my story to where I can help somebody that has lost their mother. And now, even with this pandemic, I can go and talk to somebody about the loss of their mother because I have lost my mother. Okay? I can even go back and talk to somebody about having kids. When I had children, I had a few people to talk to, but I'm like, this parenting thing is hard, especially my mother passing at a young age, and my son was only like 1 year old. So I had my aunts and stuff, but how many of you know it's nothing like your mom? It ain't nobody like mama. Mama gonna be there regardless. You can do this and do that. Mama gonna have your back. Daddy gonna do just daddy gonna might do this and daddy that gonna do that, but mama gonna go full-fledged for you. Okay. But one thing about what I love about God and the relationship that I have with God, I know God gonna go all out for me. He is just like a mother. He is a mother and a father. He's a friend. He's a sister. He's a brother. He's all in all. He gonna go hard for you like nobody else will. And that's what I love about him. But we also can go tell about the goodness of Jesus. Because when you lose a loved one, even if you lose a father, you lose a sister, you lose a brother, if you have been through that, you can go and help the next person that's going through that because they may can't see their way out. They go into a deep depression and start drinking and start doing this and do that. I did all of that because I could tell people I was hurting, but they really didn't know how I really felt because I was hurting. Y'all hear me? I was hurting. And let me tell you something. The relationship that I had with my mother, it was like a best friend. She was like a sister. And when I lost her, y'all, I'm just gonna tell you, it hurt like hell. Okay? It hurt like pure hell. Like somebody had took a knife to my chest and just took it all the way in and just cut out and just snatched it out. Okay, I would say the right side of my body just was dead. Left part still working. My body was still working, but spiritually, I was dead. And I just didn't have a care in the world. And that's really what things really went downhill for me because I I didn't care about nothing and nobody. Even though I told people I loved them, I care about them, I'm going to be honest, I didn't care nothing about them folks because I was so broken and hurt. Because nobody, I had no outlet. And couldn't nobody tell me how to heal from the hurt from my mother. But y'all, this year has been a transformation. It has been a true change in me. And now I can go help somebody. But now I understand I had to go through what I had to go through in order to help somebody else heal from their mother or heal from a loved one. I can go talk to them. I can pray with them. I can tell them the steps they need to take to get themselves back on track. I can tell them how bad it hurt, because it did. People love to tell you it's going to be all right. You know, God going to heal you, and God going to do this, and God going to do that. But do somebody honestly tell you the steps you got to take and what you have to go through in order to get to your healing? Come on, somebody. Do they really? They'll sit there, well, I'm praying for you. You can call me anytime. But even if you call them at 12 o'clock at night, they may not answer. Or if you call them, they could just sit there. They sit there and listen to you. But then you be want somebody to tell you, how do I get out of this hurt? How can I be pulled out of the rut? I'm hurting here. I'm hurting like hell in here. And I need somebody. I need something to pull me out of what I'm in. This is a nightmare for me. And I just can't seem to wake up from it. I turned left and right, couldn't none pull me out. But the one thing I went to alcohol. And alcohol, like I said, I drank, because I could forget for a time being. I could be out of my mind temporarily. Then the hurt would just come right back. So guess what I did? I drank even more. I dived right into having sexual relationships with all kind of men. I did that. I dived right into that. That be for the time being. Hurt still came back. Everything that I did was a temporary fix. Nothing was permanent. I was looking for a permanent fix. But could nobody tell me about no permanent fix? Could nobody tell me up until now that I had to get the relationship with God? And in order to get the relationship with God, I had to start up here. I had to renew my mind. I had to change my way of thinking. My mindset, everything that I knew, that I learned, it had to be ripped from me. I had to forget about everything. And when I say everything, y'all, I had to forget about everything. Those years being in church with my grandma, even up until a grown woman when I went to church, I had to forget about all of that. It had to be ripped from my mind. It had to be torn from my mind, because that's all that I knew. But in my mind, I was like, now if they say if they say who God is, and God is God of the universe, and God does this and that, why am I hurting? Why am I hurting like hell down here? Why God took my mother? Why is God putting me through this test? I had all kind of questions for God, y'all. I was angry with God. I ain't ashamed to say it. I'll be the first to say. Those that sit there and say, you can't be angry with God. Yes, you could be angry with God. I'm just here. I don't care what nobody tell you. How you going to be angry with the Creator? I was angry with the Creator because I didn't know no better. I had no common sense. Okay? Everybody could tell me this, that, and the other, but I had no common sense, y'all. I didn't know any better. I didn't have nobody to come tell me you got to have a relationship with the Father, but it's got to start in your mind. Your mindset got to change. Everything that you learned, it got to be ripped from you. Everything your mama, your daddy, your sister, brother, your cousin taught you, it's got to be ripped from your mind, and it's got to start up here. Once your mind begin to change, then everything else will change. Your view of how you see the world will change. How you see God will change. And I'm here to tell you, I am a living witness. When my mindset changed, that's how everything else changed in my life. That's how I'm able to go on and on. That's how I'm able to talk to you right now about any situation I done been through. Because my mindset had to change. I had to forget about everything that I was taught. Everything that was preached to me, I had to forget about it. And the change had to start up here. Once the change started in my mind, my body began to change. The way I talk began to change. The way I think began to change. The people around me, I started looking at them in a different way. Not in a negative way, but in a different way. It's like I looked at them in 3D or something. It was just like something I'm looking, I'm like, Lord, what's going on? But as I begin to get closer with God and get a relationship with Him, He gives me new knowledge, new wisdom, and new understanding each and every day. And I'm telling you, it's the best relationship I done ever had. It's the best thing I have ever come across. I tell God every day, I don't know no love like you. I know no love like no other. There is no other love like you, God, and there isn't. The relationship that me and him have, y'all, is wonderful. And I encourage you to get a relationship with God. If you don't have one, get one. If you don't know how to get one, let it start in your mind. Pray for God to heal your mind and to change your mindset. And when he gonna start ripping it, he gonna have to rip some stuff up out there. He gonna show you some stuff you didn't think was in your mind. And it might scare you because it scared me. I said, ooh. Help me, Jesus. What is that? He gonna have to take some stuff out of you. You might have to forget about what mama taught you. Because I'm gonna tell you some things. It's some things that my mama said and some things that she did